Hey, I'm live. Live, 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 live. Okay, now I'm live. Put the first link in from my computer. Okay, now I'm live. And take that off. Turn the volume down. I'm going to do this for about an hour tonight. If I got a box of pennies, that's not 24 dimmers. These are circulated. I did a quick video on that. So I got one glove on one of my hands, so don't get too dirty. So I mean we could do here in 1 hour. I'm kind of doing this kind of late, so I expect everybody to come in. If you want 2 views, that's okay. If I don't get any, that's okay too. But the one I'm helping somebody else with is Whatnot Sales, one of the local coin shops. This bag opened up. And so we're looking for not only copper, the new DDO 001 on the 2024. Lincoln cents, which I got one being attributed right now by Wexler's. Definitely looking for that one. Of course, copper. Definitely Wheaties. Indian hen cents. Let's see, we're looking for white AM on this one. That's not it. Any type of die cracks, die chips. And I always keep a scale handy because this one I cannot tell the date on it, so we will weigh it. More likely it's going to go in the zinc rot pile that I have underneath my desk. And yeah, it's going to go there. It's definitely, I think it's a memorial. It's just chewed up. It's going to be eventually start rotting apart. Must have still set. Huh. So if you can't tell them apart, it's good to have a scale so you can weigh them. Hello. I'm hunting pennies tonight. Please do not do comments like that on my channel. This channel is for anybody who wants to watch, including kids. Just on my first row is the 24 Philly. This one's got, it's not the DDO. I will keep it. I'm putting the tubes together, 24 Phillies. Apparently I cannot get them in my area. Money's not free, money costs. 25 Philly. C4, let's see if we've got no extra ear. We get any die cracks on the back. Got machine doubling going on. You can see how flat the O and that N is. That's machine doubling. Or it's die deterioration, whichever way you want to look at it. (2013). I'm trying to do as many as I can tonight in 1 hour. So we have to roughly 9:50-ish. Me and Rosanna as possible. No copper yet. And 117 copper coins out of the last circulated box with 12 nice ones. Either red or red brown. What you're looking for in the back on the reverse up in stasis, extra serif up, raised up high on the bottom. This is Denver. Remember 2009s, Canadian cents would be nice. This got a lot of major issues with it. And unfortunately it's a double die, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Tell about the thickness in the word liberty. Here's another 24 Philly. Regular. Not the DDO. No one see that one. I forgot how to do polls. Got 24 Philly, not the DDO. Let me throw you Denver. Oh, give me some copper. I think copper's going to start getting harder and harder finding it in these hunts. So then it's got a little bit of purple toning going on with this one. So we'll put that one off to the side. I just know he likes toners. He likes toner Lincolns. He'll take a mini 82 small, very thin, small date Denver. First copper out of the hunt. Two likes, thank you for the other like. You know, the likes help. There's a big reveal going on YouTube right now, but I ain't buying no coins on that one, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, we got two coppers. Actually, after I get done with this live feed tonight, I want to message that guy, see how the photos are coming. They're going to be uploaded to Wexler's. They got one the best of right now, but it's not as good as the one I sent off to them to attribute. It matches the one that's on Variety Vista. But when I get that coin in, it's going off to grade NX. If they ever assign an FS number, it will get regraded with the FS number. This is not it either, but there's a strong doubling in the date. There's liberty, along the ear, and the words "in God we trust." That was red brown. I'm not going to keep that one. I want nice coins to keep. and keep you updated. I've been getting injections in my eyes to help with my vision, and it's slowly improving. Right now, he's working on the right eye. He said, I got a visit coming up at the end of September. So probably have one about mid-December. And he's got a lot more improvement. Next year he'll start on the left eye. What year was the quarter? Because what you can do, you can Google that quarter as a struck through grease on eBay. Search for the most recent sales. That's what I would go by on eBay. Go by eBay sales. Unless it happens to be like a brilliant uncirculated quarter with struck through grease. They got graded by one of the grading companies. Your best bet is eBay sales. Yeah, look for the cans. I'll go on eBay and see what they got selling right now for struck through grease on the Kansas State quarter. And then you can do search. You can scroll down far enough, you can filter out sold by listings of the struck through grease. That's what I would do. Like right now, that's okay. Yeah, I'm glad to help out. That's what content creators do. We help out people. 2 coppers on the first row. Normally I weigh these out, but due to the fact I'm doing this live, a lot of times when I get a box of peas in, I go in, I'll pre-weigh them out, and put them in a specific order. Then I open them up with the heaviest ones usually last. Sometimes I put the heaviest ones in the middle. Yeah, I got people in there, not the nicest people. No, if you were ask Blue Ridge Silverhound, he'll tell you the exact same thing. Just go to eBay, look at the sold listings, or ones that are being listed. I got an Ohio one that struck through grease. There's hardly any design in the middle. It's just flat. I have a 2005 nickel where the date's missing. And most of the mint mark's missing. It's a Philadelphia mint. It's struck through grease also. Here's a copper coin right off the bat. 66. Nasty coin. Some people on Reddit are rude. I've gone in there, I've asked questions, and got the same kind of response. If anybody that does live feeds like me, or if I do videos, you can always ask a comment on any of my videos. Leave a comment, ask me a question. They'll pop up. When I get a chance to answer, I can answer your question that way also. I'm not on live. Ring of death on this one. There is a DDR on the 24 Denvers, but I have yet to find it. I went through 10 rows already. I won the boxes. I was, there's one guy, he started being nice on Reddit with coins questions, but he started getting rude. So I left him. It was like a dollar a month to get questions answered by him. And he started being rude to people. Like last weekend, I sent those nickels. Talking about beehives. One person asked it, then the next person asked it, then a third person asked the question. All am I explaining it every few minutes, every half hour or so, but just back to back, the same question. Twice was the same guy. That kind of, no. 24. I'm trying to see if there's like a smaller DDO, or it might just be the date, or appear in the letters, or in the word liberty. I haven't seen that yet either. Some damage to it, but I want to keep it because it's a nice shiny one. $99. Do you have no white AM? Do you have any die cracks? Nope. But I already started listening to some of my die cracks on the reverses and memorial buildings on eBay myself. If you ever got a coin question, if I'm not on live, post a question on one of my videos. It'll give me a notice. If it happens during work, I can answer at lunchtime, or maybe as soon as I get off of work. That's when I usually answer questions. Somebody leaves a post or something, that's when I can answer them. If I don't have the answer, I know where to get answers from. There's 2 coin shops to go to here where I live at. Actually, there's a third one, but usually I just go in there and get supplies from him. Or actually, I'm going to get, it's the year I was born, from my niece, who's due next, basically 23 days from now, I guess. I will get all the coins for this year. It's pink, and put them in there for her. She can have something. Missouri, I've been to Missouri one time. Actually, I went to summer camp in Missouri. Went to SBRF Scout Ranch, about 9 miles south of St. Louis. But been to Missouri, going to Illinois before. I was about 16. So do you live near the mountains, the river? Don't give me what town, just give me a general idea. I'm curious. How many of y'all watch those gold mining shows? I just discovered recently there's like 3 rivers in the state of Louisiana you can pan for gold. One of them's in Kentucky National Forest. You gotta do it in the river. You can't dig on the banks. Oh, I'd love to have a gold pan and go out there and just try it. Go dig out in the river. Just see if I can find. You can take up to 5 ounces a week of gold out of that river. This is 68, up to 3 coppers. Okay, for the Ozarks. So we're 90 miles. So the Ozarks cross over into the lower part of Missouri, if I remember right. There's a summer camp called SBRF Scout Ranch that we went to. in, when was that? 90? I think it was. Nice camp. The lake itself was bigger than our local scout camp here where I go to here in Louisiana. Dang, dude. Okay, I think I know where those counties are at. I just don't remember what county SYF Scout Ranch was in. I actually ended up teaching the Indian Laureate Merit Badge. The guy that taught that was rock climbing and fell and broke his leg. So on Saturdays, on Saturdays everybody leaves camp, so the staff gets about an hour to 2 hours to themselves, or 3 hours. Someone went rock climbing, and his rope actually broke, and he fell like 6 feet, landed wrong on the ground, and broke his leg. So that's for volunteers to teach Indian Laureate Merit Badge, and I got volunteered. Okay, this is heat toning from being inside of a car. This is heat toning being inside of a car here in South Louisiana. I said you have to find the extra V. So it's 2 years after that one was discovered, and still can't find one. Now the 24DDO-001 is being found in Louisiana, Mississippi. I heard now Alabama, along in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi was where first was found. Now here, Alabama and now Florida are they being found in there. So 3 coppers. Start out like box 19. Now it's possible I will not get any Wheaties. I've had a box before come up with 3 wheat cents. It was well into the box before I got my first one. Dude, 100 boxes of cents? That's what? Four boxes? So 4 divided by 100? That's like $20. That's a lot of money. $20 worth of... No, wait, $25. That's 100. Dang, dude. That's a lot. A box of dog coins, that's $1,000 right there. Also, actually, I'm looking for doubling. I'm looking for die cracks. I'm not looking for mint marks. Now, if I look at a mint mark, it's because it's a wheat cent. I'm looking for RPMs. I'm looking for any type of doubling in the letters, the numbers. Like, if you see, like, what looks like a snake eye in the 0, good chance you found a double die. And my eyesight, even though I had cataract surgery done, and I got readers on, I still have a hard time reading that type of doubling. Well, the way I learned is by hunting and looking. I tell you what, first year and a half, or before I started doing lives, I was constantly putting Variety Vista up, Rexler's double dies, copper coins, constantly putting up those websites. Sometimes I have 3 different windows open, one for each. So you can't. Now the 24 double die D001, the strong one, you can see without a scope, and that's how I found it. I just used a scope to verify what it was. I mean, I can use a loop, but it'd take me forever to go through a box. And sometimes you can't see this. You can't see the hairline die cracks without using a scope, or at least a 30 power loop. Yeah, I know. Up until before my cataracts got bad, and towards the end of 2023, I had no problem reading mint marks all day long without a coin scope. I just take the ones I thought there was errors, and I use my coin scope to look. Now this one's, even though I got a little monitor for my coin scope, I really use the monitor on my computer. And this is a small monitor I'm using. I've got a bigger one that's about 4 foot long, my gaming monitor. Or if I log into the office from home, that's the monitor I use for that kind of work, my drafting. This one I pull all my viewports that I need for text editing and all that over. See, without a coin scope, you could see with the loop. If you got an extra serif on, like say on this T, got like an extra part of the T up there, then you found a double die. Now that's hard to see with a 10 power loop sometimes, because sometimes it's so minute. And we found a double die. This is DDO001. I'll show you on the date. Give me a second and drop it down. That is 001. You can see how this is before it gets worn down and smushed in. So, yeah, we just found another 001. It starts off weak in the letter I, but if you look at the N, then the G, it starts getting stronger and stronger. It gets stronger the more you go to the right of the coin. You can see where it's rolled up right here along the edge of the ear. That's doubling right there. I was promised somebody I sent him one. So he's getting this one. So yes, this is DW. Now I want to check the back. I've heard rumors there's one that's got some doubling on the reverse also. But I don't see it. Yep, there's a doubling in the initials JFM. That is a marker for the DDO001. The doubling in the word in the initials JFM. See how thick the M is and the bottom of the J, and the thickness of the vertical run of the F. So what's this? Third row into the box, and we got a double die. So here's one that's not double. See the difference? Now I've got one that's got some minor doubling in the date, but this is not it. And actually, I saw the DDO right before I picked it up underneath the scope. Now, there's a DDR, has to do with the stripes of the Denver. Those are being found up in Oregon and Washington. And actually, this is a whole row off the west coast of 24 Phillies. 59, first year that Lincoln sent. There is some doubling on some of the 59s, but this is not it. I want to message Eric on Discord and say, hey dude, I found your DDO, I need your address. 78. Now we got 3 coppers. So that's why I use a scope. It's a lot easier to verify if I just go and stick underneath the scope if I see it. Now, if you look at the edge of this coin, no, you can't see it now. There's some shadowing going on the outer edge. That's machine doubling. Not the white AM, but that's a Philly when it's the white AM. I wonder if there is actually a rare Denver one out there floating around nobody knows about. That'd be cool to find. This is 74. This is this small date. The way you tell is the horizontal run on that bar. Actually, that might be the large date. I'll have to find another one to compare it. So I'll put that one off. If I find another 74, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I find a different 74. Oh, we got ourselves a Wheatie. 57 Denver. Third row in. Semi-decent condition. Do I save them? Yes. I say the ones that are double dies, which there's so many variations of it. I probably got four rolls, and I got a bucket down here just full of 2017 Phillies. But they got to be in nice condition. I started saving every one and I said, let's just save the nicer ones. But it takes forever to search those DDOs. You know, well, 2009 I was going through a divorce, and I needed money for the kids for trips. And as fast as I was getting change, I was cashing it in for them to have trip money and all that. I was not paying attention to anything with the coins. I went from a shoebox in 2022. I forgot when. It might have been 23. It was 22 because actually I started getting women's quarters in 2023. I missed the first year of those, which I found a double die, 002 of my Angelou a couple weeks ago. Got 24. Hold on one second. I'm starting to save the nice ones. And I've been trying to buy just the rolls issued by the Mint in the Mint original wrappings. That's not supposed to be in there. That's all 2017 Phillies. See, like most of these can be DDOs. This one's not. This is just a regular one. See if I find. Okay. You see how thick this side is? And this side is thinner. It's thicker and thinner. Just slightly thicker here. This right here is a DDO. That's what most of these are. This is a different DDO. Oh, that's a 24. That's not supposed to be in here. But that's actually, that might be there you go. There's a real nice thick one where the base of the Y, the T, is really, really thick. Your best bet for those is on Wexler's, not Variety Vista. So, add DDO to the list on this row. One Wheatie, 3 coppers. And I have a spreadsheet. Hey, Copper Bones, I got a spreadsheet set up for hunting nickels, well, mostly pennies, for a box. You want a copy of it, I can always email it to you. It keeps tracks of the 2009s, Wheaties, Canadians. I got 2017 Phillies on there, but I haven't kept any yet. Indian Head Sense, which last year in December, Had 5 Indian head cents in one box. Oh, if you want to see something cool, go back and watch my video I did from Coins TV where I got a half a pound of copper coins. Yes. Let's see how many is in here. I did get a large cent. I had 7 Indian head cents in that bag. These are the wheat cents. They can't. These are Wheaties. I actually got. I bought 2 of the first year of the Indian head cents. I sold the worst one, kept the nice one for myself. I saw on Whatnot. The 70 Denver. Then I cherry picked 2 1907s for $1.50. Full necklace, full diamonds, full Liberty. Maybe slight wear in the hair. I'm thinking they're going to be AU 58-ish. Brown for $1.50 a piece. And the guy didn't even know it. I didn't tell him that. Now, the one coin I've been after is a 72 double die. I've been looking for that since 1976. Did I do this one yet? See, I'm looking for die cracks on here. These are stress points. You can get some really crazy die cracks on the reverse of memorial cents. I find more common in 83 and 84. You can find more copper coins, but I find more on the zinc because zinc is a weaker metal than copper. You got a very thin copper coating, so there's a die crack. That zinc's going to go right up into that flow, into that die crack. Oh, that's nice. Here, I'll show you these real fast. I'll show you if I find my Indian head cent book. There's an 1891. A little bit of Liberty. Some details left in the feathers and the ears left. Shield is about 50% gone. It's an 1889. Just the lips, the eyes, a little bit of the ear left. The denticles are shot. The shield is shot. So this might be a P1. There's an 1890, which is not bad. Got denticles still left. You can see the ribbons. See the cheek right there, the definition of the cheek. So this is an AG3. $18.99. Little bit of Liberty right there at the base, but it's worn down pretty good. Shield's gone. This is a Fair 2. $18.95. So we get the nines touching right there. You can see a little bit of Liberty. You can read Liberty barely in there. You got partial full diamond right there. That's the last one that goes. You lose the two middle ones, then this one, then that one goes last. The L's miss. You can barely make it the L right there. See the tip of it. $19.06, typical F2. Well, you got some shield left, so this is probably an AG3. Hello, Emma. Welcome to the channel. There's another 1906 with a partial diamond left. I paid, it was $44 for a half-a-pound bag. Like I said, I got a large date and a bunch of Wheaties. Oh, yeah. Check your 44 wheat cents. There's two different S mint marks. You got the flat S and you got the sans serif. Oh, welcome, Jesse. Welcome to the channel. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now. Just recently, probably back in the fall, started doing lives. A few Then when I got back in my house after storm damage, started doing more lives. I think last week or week before, I did 10 rows of quarters live. Now that, for those who have not seen it yet, no, that ain't it. This is it. This is DDO 001. Found a double die. And actually, my first one is being attributed by Wexlers right now, and it would be hopefully soon on their website. It's going to be the best of. They got the best of right now, but it's going to knock that one out. I originally messaged the guy back in June, beginning of June. I suspected machine doubling. He thought it was too. He said, hold on to it as an example. Oh yeah, we found a wheat cent in 1957 Denver. Let's weigh this one now because I can't read the date. It's zinc. So when Variety Vista posted their DDO, mine matching up to it, I emailed him back. He said, send it to me as soon as possible. So within 2 days, I had it sent off to him. The self-addressed envelope, so all he's got to do is drop the coin in once he's done all the photographs. Now me, I'm trying to hone my expertise in on the beehives, which are die chips on the Jefferson nickels. I think it's a major mint error because they don't harden the dies up enough, and what's happening is dies are breaking. So I can get these die chips on the side of the Monticello building. I'm looking for cuts also. You can usually see a cut without a scope. So I have one on the wheat cent. I think it's a 56 or 57 Wheatie. Okay. It depends on several factors on the Indian head cents. Condition of the coin. Is the necklace full? Do you have 4 diamonds? Can you see the the designer initial L in the ribbon. You talking about all those approved copper? Depends on how much detail is left of it. It just depends on the condition of the coin. You can go to pcgs.com and look up those dates. Dang, dude. Actually, I'm doing an appraisal for a friend of mine. Complete Jefferson series, circulated nickels from 38 through 63. Every key date, semi-key date. And due to condition, that book's worth about $200 completed. Just off the penny. Dang, that's got to be expensive. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was looking that up. I thought about doing that myself. I said, I can't afford that. Actually, the whole proof series is a sleeper, including the Mercury Dimes. Okay, you should by now have found at least one Lincoln cent with a die crack on the reverse. Let's see if we get one of these 83. Nope. No doubling. Dude, you need to do a video on that. That'll make for a cool video. Right now, I'm after the 1960 small date proof set. I got 2 to 60 large dates. And one's in the capital holder. It's messy. Copper, do you have a channel? Let's go back to the bank. Oh, man. Tell you what. You all do small increment videos on that collection? I would. So I just got a 1945 uncirculated war nickel in Philadelphia. And the guy that sold it did not realize it's an RPM. I got in and said, oh, it's an RPM. So that's been put up in a way in the safe. Originally bought it from a book. I bought a Roosevelt dime, had an RPM on it. I paid $2. I sold it for $5 because it's an RPM on whatnot. I've on Whatnot, I have sold a gram and a half of gold because I needed the money at one point. I have won a gram of gold in somebody's will. He just started a brand new game and it hit the top prize. 1 gram of gold for like 20, no, it was $25. 1 gram of gold, and I sold it for 79. Now it's like $130 for a gram. And somebody else's pack game had a half a gram of gold, sold it for $89. I do have some raw gold around here someplace. I got some more coming in. I do have some gold backs. See, now I'm after these. Let's see, this silver. No, that's the proof. Okay, I took a chance. This dude says it's a double die. Oh, dude, y'all try to get some. I got a $2 bill for like $5. It's worth $13. Florida go back. I got $3.50 dollars. Those are worth about $8 a piece. My state of Louisiana is supposed to be going to them. Texas is next on the list. Florida just on shares at the beginning of this year. And they also have silverbacks. There's a copper one. I was helping with the committee with the design for our go backs, but it's been 2 years now. They haven't called a meeting since 2023. I know we were supposed to do the $1 was going to be Baton Rouge with the state capitol. The $5 was going to be the New Orleans Superdome. They were going to do the $10 was going to be the French Quarter / Bourbon Street. And here's a nice one. Yeah. Those water spots are starting to turn black now. I ain't gonna worry about that one. Yep. I'm in the capital city of Baton Rouge. I am, as a crow flies, about 6.5 miles from Tiger Stadium. '68 Denver. Okay, if you ever come, you need to come to New Orleans on Mardi Gras. If you want to experience a good college football game, not the expensive ones, but just to get in the atmosphere of LSU football, you need to come to one of the cheap, what we call rent-a-win games. Oh, cool. We got a tilted collar penny here. See how deep that rim is? So the collar was tilted and the penny was struck, and more of the copper came up on this side. And there's the reverse of it. It's shallower on that side, it's deeper on the opposite side. So we found ourselves a tilted collar 1980 copper coin. Now, you're closer to Shreveport. That's a nice town to go visit. They got some good casinos along the Red River. Head east to Monroe, you can go to Property Point. It's they suspect at one time it housed over 5,000 Native Americans built up on mounds. And each row is taller than the next one. The closer you go in, the taller the mounds are. So they sort of like a pyramid. It's copper green, environmental damage. So I started coin collecting in '76 when the bicentennial quarters came out. At one point, I had over 300 bicentennial quarters until we got arcades, video games. Them quarters got sunk real fast. And as before I knew about double dies there's another 74. That's Denver, large date. Let's see if I find a small date. Here's an 81 with a little bit of purple toning. This, I finally figured out how this has happened. This is out of a woman's purse. The chemicals in the makeup were toning this penny in that purse. I did an experiment with one of my mom's old purses that for years she had. Put a couple copper coins in there. I said, Mom, leave them in here for a while. This is right after the flood, 2016. I went back. I was back in their house back in January. So, Mom, where's that purse at? I want to see what them coins look like. And sure enough, those colors like that were on there. I said, Mom, was this the purse you always had makeup in? She goes, yep. I said, okay, the chemicals in the purse are doing this. Now, these, I am keeping these no matter what, in case this is the last year of the Lincoln, 4-year Lincoln cent. No, dude, I had 300. Every one time I got my hands on one. And one point, I had some nice ones. Like I said, when the arcades came out, when we go to the mall, I was off to the mall with $10, $20 worth of quarters. That's a box. That's a little less than a box. I did $50 once. I did it last year. And about a third were marked up with markers. And I put them in rubbing alcohol. It took that Sharpie right off those coins. In fact, it made the coins look even better. One didn't have any cartwheel luster left. And after I dropped it in there, it came out. It had the luster brought back. I don't recommend doing that for every coin, but just get rid of the Sharpie marks. Copper, you ever found the DDO on the Maya Angelou recorder? One of them? Yeah, it's $500. But have you ever seen any of the DDOs of the Maya Angelou recorder? You want to see one? I can show you 002. Let me get to my book that's in. That's a more recent find. There's it. Ha. Found it. No, I just punched it. I won't punch out at the flip. There's a plastic one. Okay, give me a second. Let me drop the scope down. I want to get me a new scope that's electrical. So this manual one. This is the main ear ring. This is 002. It's inside. There's a 001 that's on the outside. 3's down here, and 4's down there. There's 4 different double dies. But this is 002. If you go to Variety Vista, you can look at it. That's the second one. I got 1 and 2. That's the second one I found with this one. 3 and 4 are the harder ones to get. God dog it, I forgot to get a 9-volt battery. Put it back into a flip. I tell you what, I'm not finding as many as it finds this year as it did last year. I was basically doing a page a month just in finds. You know the Mylar pages you put the flips in? There it goes. Yeah, last week I had last Thursday I found a 74 proof in pocket change. This one I actually got on sale. It was like $75. It's 50% off. I just replaced the battery in it too. Yeah, I use a loop and I use a headlamp. See, I need to research. I need to go back and search this one for double dyes. We got BU roll 95 here. I need to search. And I got over 2,000 wheat cents to search for errors and varieties. There we go. And then I have a portable scope I take to the coin stores. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, actually, I've gone over an hour. So we're going to stop on row 6 of this hunt. Because I myself have to go to bed. I've been not sleeping good at night. Been waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going back to sleep to about 5:30ish. So thanks for coming in, Copper. As soon as you put a video out, I want to subscribe to your channel. But man, you ought to be doing videos. Do your hunts. Grow your channel. You stay safe in Missouri because y'all, well, actually, y'all at the end of y'all's tornado season. I got Alexa that comes on. She comes on at 6, 6:15. My cell phone comes on 4 different times. It takes a lot to get me up out of bed. Well, you have a good evening. Sleep tight. And I may be on tomorrow night. I'm helping somebody out with his Whatnot show, local coin shop. But after that, I'll be bucking and going on these pennies, get these pennies done so I can get my next box Friday. Oh, yeah, anytime. Any questions, come on in or find a video of mine. Just hit me up with a question. Got over 700 videos. There we go. We got ourselves a copper coin. Yep, y'all. I got home kind of late. Had to stay at work. Hey, man, I got me some overtime in. I ain't going to complain about that. And I got some other stuff, things I got to get done before I actually hit the sack tonight. So this can be our last row. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll hunt a few rows and go back to sleep. But make some coin videos. Put them on that channel. You can talk about your silver stacking and how you did it and all that. People go crazy over that kind of stuff. Watch this. Just subscribe to your channel. I can understand that. My cousin and his wife, they run some cabins up in the Smokies. They have three. They get ready to buy the fourth. They get ready to buy the next one, and they manage 5 other properties for people up in Tennessee in the Smokies. Look, man, I'm still learning. Then I think got a video of some off-center planchets. Need to update that video. That's where I got booked it for Lord Cents and Air Coins. Yeah, I still learn. Last year I got the Indian Head Scent book to finish reading. I'm about 2 chapters into that on different types of Indian Head scents, varieties, and stuff. Oh, second Wheatie number 2, 1952. This would be a fine 12. Good ear detail left. The bow tie is separated from the vest. Except for maybe right there. So yeah, this is a V12. And you too, dude. You too. Would love to see you do some videos on coins and on your collection. Oh, 6 rows, 2 Wheaties. Okay, we got 12 likes. That's a lot for a weeknight. Appreciate all the likes. Hope everybody had a good summer. Finish up those vacations before school starts up if you got kids. I've got a recent book that I bought for the beginning of this year. For this year, I want to get as many as I can put in that thing. Then Christmas, beginning of December. No, after Christmas holidays, I'm going to auction it up. We're going to give it away to somebody. Now, of course, I'll go back and replace some of the more current, like the 50s and 40s if I got red cents. We're going to put some nice ones in place of those. The brown ones or whatever that's already in that book. Well, we got a few coins left. Found a great DDO. Two Wheaties and 6 rows. I can't complain about that. The copper I can. So I appreciate everybody came out tonight. The chats, the questions. Anytime I'm live, and anytime I'm not live, if you got a question, in the most recent video, post me a question. And if I don't have the answer, I got people I can ask the question to. So, yeah, I hope everybody has a good evening. And careful if you got to work, going to work, because people drive crazy. And remember, check both sides of the coins. You never know what you're going to find. And always tip your pizza delivery dudes. We work hard so you don't have to. Everybody, y'all have a good evening. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate all the views that came out tonight, all the chit chat, and the questions. Y'all have a good evening.